This is Fleet Week Spectacular Friday on CBS News Bay Area, presented by Semper Solaris. We hire
us this morning for a gorgeous parade of ships, and right now we're just waiting for the planes, and of course we're keeping an eye on the fog as well. And who better to bring in than our very own pilot and meteorologist, Lieutenant Jessica Birch.
She is live on Marina Green. And Jessica, what can we talk about, and how's that fog going to hold out?
Yeah. You know, the Blue Angels are about to come out right now. We're at the Marina Greens, and this fog layer, I think it's starting to cooperate with us a little bit. I'm currently at the Humanitarian Assistance Village. So many people are out here right now explaining what they do for the state, whether it's the National Guard, the Reserves, Cal OES. It's been such an amazing event. There's planes flying over us right now. It's so majestic, and it's such a San Franciscan thing just to see all of this fog, and then of course all of these planes flying right above me. This right here, Blue Angels are about to come on right now, and you know what? Daytime highs are sitting in the upper 60s. It's been a little windy out here. This is Fat Albert right behind me, the Blue Angels right around the corner. They're about to show up. It's going to be an amazing event. Like I mentioned, so many people out here. Let's take a quick look at what we can expect outside. Clear skies just off into the east. We'll keep you updated here in the Weather Center.
And Jessica, you're used to being in the skies as a pilot, but this week you got to go on a different kind of thrill ride. What can you tell us about that?
It must have been incredible.
Yeah, you know, it was such a cool experience. Just 2 days ago, I actually got a with me. Go to CBS News Bay Area YouTube channel to experience the ride with me. We'll keep you updated on that too.
And of course, the Blue Angels are kicking off minutes from now. Fat Albert, well, they just buzzed us just a few seconds ago.
They're coming. We're going to have commercial-free coverage on CBS News Bay Area, of course, right here on KPIX5, right after this. Don't go anywhere.
This is the story of an airline. But wait, it's about more than just planes. It's a sci-fi story about a piece of trash that becomes sustainable aviation fuel. It's a rescue story about saving thousands of connecting flights. It's a romance, an adventure, a musical. But most of all, it's a people story, starring more than 80,000 hero characters on a mission to do good in the air and beyond. Because this is the story of an airline when good leads the way.
Vets in Tech helps veterans build careers in technology.
I started my career in tech and later left to become a flight attendant. I eventually decided that I wanted to return to the profession and found Vets in Tech. I attended a training session and was able to update my resume. I gained employment at Genentech and now at the Gap.
Help support Vets in Tech by attending our gala November 11th in San Francisco. For tickets and more information, visit vetsintech.co.
Neighborhoods. This is your world. CBS News Bay Area
still ahead on KPIX
with Juliette Goodrich and the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell, taking you to the day's top stories and to the heart of what matters most. Join Juliette Goodrich and Nora O'Donnell weeknights 6 to 7:30 on KPIX 5 and CBS News.
All right, the Blue Angels are buzzing above San Francisco right now. Let's send it over to Lieutenant Commander Griffin Stengel. He is the Blue Angels announcer to take us away. Thing off, and just a little bit about this particular plane. It's remarkable. It's the plane that carries not only the pilots but also all their gear and offers some support for the Blue Angels.
It is a C-130 Super Hercules planes. You may have seen some of these type of aircraft flying out of Travis Air Force Base. That C stands for cargo, where they transport a lot of equipment and they transport a lot of troops. And you can see Fat Albert right now just kind of gracing the skies. It's the Blue Angels Angels aircraft is affectionately known as Fat Albert, like I said, just mentioned as we put up these little factoids right here on the screen. But it is a huge plane, but it's quite nimble as you watch it fly and dance along the fog in the air over the San Francisco Bay.
I love seeing it, Bob, in and out of the fog. It just adds to the drama of all of this. And so it's actually named after that 1970s cartoon Fat Albert, just because of its size and because it's just so big next to the other Blue Angel planes. But a lot of really impressive people on this plane. Major William Huckabee, he's a native of Hoover, Alabama, graduated from Hoover High School in 2008, where he was school president, played football, basketball, and soccer, and attended the U.S. Naval Academy.
Captain Jackson Strife, he is a native of Omaha, Nebraska. He graduated from Millard South High School in 2010, where he played varsity football in 2014. He graduated from the University
of the Blue Angels. Here they go.
Excellence and service to country. The maneuvers you will see demonstrated here this afternoon are coordinated tactical techniques developed by Navy and Marine Corps pilots in both peacetime training and actual combat. These maneuvers are neither stunts nor daring feats, but are refinements of basic techniques taught to every prospective naval aviator. Here at San Francisco, we will demonstrate these maneuvers at very low altitude in traditional Blue Angel formation so that you may see and take pride in the precise fashion in which your Navy and Marine Corps pilots are trained to fly. Having completed their takeoff maneuvers at Oakland Airport, the 6 demonstration pilots have rendezvoused into the Blue Angel Delta. In this formation, the 2 solo pilots have joined in the outboard positions to create our signature 6-plane formation. As they approach, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the demonstration pilots you'll be watching perform here this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, Flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader of the Blue Angels from Fargo, North Dakota, Captain Brian Kesselring. Flying Blue Angel, Major Frank Zastapil. Flying Blue Angel number 5, the lead solo from Atlanta, Georgia, Lieutenant Commander Kerry Rickoff. Flying Blue Angel number 6, the opposing solo from Woodlawn, Tennessee, Lieutenant Commander Julius Bratton.
All right, in just a few minutes, we're told Blue Angels are going to come over Alcatraz in very dramatic fashion. I gotta say, like, the anticipation is just amazing to watch. Even just Fat Albert and the formation we just saw. It's just incredible what they're able to do.
And what is amazing too is that Mother Nature seems to be cooperating. The fog was much thicker about an hour ago, and as they make their way out of the fog, it's going to be a pretty dramatic scene. You can see that small little finger marine lake.
Get any better than that? And you're not only going to see them, but you're also going to hear them, which is actually even cooler, because even you can't see the plane, you can feel its energy. It's just amazing. And look at all those folks.
A lot of people lining up already, grabbing seats. We saw people out here around 7 o'clock as they were getting ready just to see the parade of ships move through the San Francisco Bay, but none of those people left. They stayed here marking their spot as they're getting ready to, once again, the Blue Angels are about to hover and come over the San Francisco Bay over Alcatraz.
Yeah, can you imagine being one of those boats there on the bay? How neat that would be. And of course, rooftops, that's a great way to watch them as well. But there they go.
Blue Angels 5 and 6 are accelerating to 400 miles per hour and pulling back towards the show line. To the left and right, the 2 solo pilots have turned on their smoke as they approach for the first of their opposing maneuvers. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing 360 pass. momentarily be making its approach from the right. In relatively slow speed flight, they will give you an opportunity to get a close look at the precision flying that produces the 18-inch wingtip to canopy separation between these 4 aircraft. From the right, the Blue Angel Diamond. Sensation of weightlessness or ballistic flight, similar to that experienced by astronauts in space, will now be felt by the 2 solo pilots. Approaching center point, Lieutenant Commander Rickoff and Lieutenant Commander Breton will roll their aircraft to 90 degrees angle of bank and push forward on the stick. As they perform, the Diamond is approaching for a maneuver that is likely familiar to those of you who have seen the Blue Angels perform in the past. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Diamond roll. All 4 aircraft flying as one in this graceful 360-degree rolling maneuver. Maneuver. Approaching center point on Captain Kesselring's command, all 4 pilots will simultaneously roll their aircraft 360 degrees as they perform the Diamond Aileron roll. Here's Captain Kesselring. Pilots and enthusiasts who appreciate the difficulties associated with carrier aviation will enjoy this next maneuver demonstrated by the 2 solo pilots. To the right, Lieutenant Commander Rickoff and Lieutenant Commander Breton will establish a mirror image formation. However, look closely as both aircraft are in the carrier landing configuration as they approach for a maneuver we call the Fortus. For Navy and Marine Corps pilots who must land their aircraft on the small and sometimes pitching deck of an aircraft carrier at sea, slow-speed flight is just as important as high-speed flight. In order to demonstrate the dirty, slow-speed handling characteristics of the F-18, Captain Kesselring has called for the extension of the landing gear and tailhooks by the 4 Diamond pilots as they execute a maneuver performed by no other jet demonstration team in the world today. From the left, the Diamond Dirty Loop.
Pull the roof back, just me, you, and the stars. Toast to the gods. season 1, a masterpiece. See a drug at a fast release. Got me sprung, wrapped in sheets. Wake up, and then we going back to sleep.
The Ford Diamond pilots approach once again, you should notice 2 significant modifications. While the wingmen, Lieutenant Kapushansky and Lieutenant Goosens, maintain minimum wingtip to canopy separation, the flight leader and slot pilot are both in the inverted position. From the right, the Blue Angel, double, Farvel. Are now stacked down and aft on a 45-degree bearing line to establish a right echelon formation. From the right, at 378 miles per hour, the Blue Angel Echelon Parade. Gentlemen, the opposing horizontal rolls. The Ford Diamond pilots have established a left echelon formation. Approaching center point, Captain Kesselring will roll the formation 360 degrees into the 3 wingmen. Over the top, the Ford Diamond pilots will showcase their precision formation flying as they make a subtle modification while in the inverted position. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel changeover roll. Has shifted back into the Blue Angel Diamond. Now that Blue Angels 5 and 6 have your You have seen firsthand the ability of a tactical aircraft at high speed to sneak into a target area virtually undetected. Lieutenant Commander Bren will complete the maneuver with a series of vertical rolls, while Lieutenant Commander Rickoff completes his rendezvous with the Diamond to the right.
I knew that I would not. So good, so good. I got to yield. Wow, I feel nice. Sugar and spice.
To the right, Lieutenant Commander Rickoff has joined the Diamond in a line abreast formation. Still maintaining minimum separation, the pilots must now align themselves by looking 90 degrees from their flight path towards Captain Kesselring. Captain Kesselring calls for another formation change prior to detaching Blue Angel number 5. The 4 Diamond pilots are rolling out in trail formation for a dynamic separation maneuver. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel vertical break. In front of the crowd, Captain Kesselring is rolling out the Diamond for their next maneuver, the barrel roll break. He'll pull up through vertical, roll the formation 90 degrees, and perform a split S, finishing with a dynamic separation maneuver. pulls to level. Each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the flight line in a separate direction. The Blue Angel barrel roll brake. Back to the right, the two solo pilots are making their approach to the flight line. Approaching center point, they will simultaneously roll their aircraft 420 degrees in section. Ladies and gentlemen, the double tuck-over roll. From behind the crowd, Captain... Lieutenant Commander Rickoff and Lieutenant Commander Bratton are approaching to demonstrate the slow speed handling characteristics of the Super Hornet in a clean configuration. They'll pass before... Captain Kesselring is rolling out the Diamond to demonstrate the awesome power of these General Electric F414 engines. Let's listen as Captain Kesselring calls for the selection of Afterburner by the 4 Diamond pilots. As they pass over center point, you will hear and feel the thunder of 8 engines producing 168,000 pounds of thrust. Pensacola, Florida, completed an intensive winter training period at Naval Air Facility El Centro, California. The beautiful weather of the Imperial Valley provided us with the optimum conditions to fly each of the demonstration pilots on the 120 training flights necessary prior to our first public demonstration. Our show season opened on the 12th of March and runs through early November. The Blue Angels will perform from the right at 400 miles per hour, the Delta roll. All 5 wingmen maintaining position as they roll 360 degrees over center point. Exit to the left. Observe as Captain Kesselring brings the formation back towards the show line.
Some days you just get by, and some days you're just alive. Some days you're living. Some days you're living.
Over center point, you should get a good look at the Delta set used by the 5 wingmen. Our maneuvers, as well as an in-depth look at our team and individual biographies, we invite you to visit our website and follow us on social media, including Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. In front of the crowd, the Delta's making their approach to the show line. Approaching center point, the entire formation will separate in dramatic fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel Delta Breakout. Your United States Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron represents a time-honored tradition of pride, professionalism, and excellence, spanning 111 years of naval aviation. The 2022 team takes a great deal of pride in saluting Navy and Marine Corps aviators, maintenance crews, and support personnel everywhere. From the left, your 2022 Blue Angels.
standing. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings to a conclusion day one of the Fleet Week San Francisco Air Show. And remember, for a complete rundown of tomorrow's show, Sunday's show, and all that is Fleet Week this weekend, download the Fleet Week app. We thank our sponsor, presenting sponsor, of course, United, the Air Show Network, the recognized leader in air show entertainment, producers of the air show, Pier 39, Fisherman's Wharf, Hyatt at Fisherman's Wharf, Port of San Francisco, Anger Brewery, Templeton Rye, Zaya Rum and Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey have been our sponsors. We thank the Coast Guard and all our volunteers for helping us get it done today. And again, if you want to upgrade your experience, the Air Show Network Ultimate VIP experience is just a push button away using the Fleet Week app, where you can wine and dine and enjoy from Marina Green their fine, luxurious hospitality. Well, that's it for day one, save for one important announcement. Would a nice cold beer please report to the announcer's stand immediately? A nice cold beer, please report to the...
Where we are. And then, of course, if you're sitting at home, you got a great view of it. But if you're down on the water or even down further down along the pier, you really got a neat dramatic show. It was spectacular to see.
Yeah, so they've been in and out of the fog. I mean, you would hear them first, then you would feel them, and then you would see them. So it just kind of added to the drama and to the excitement of seeing the Blue Angels live here in person.
When they zip by, sometimes you feel it right there in your core, there in the middle. It doesn't get much better than that. It was just so dramatic.
So I hope everyone down here had a great show who got to see it live. And if you weren't down here in San Francisco, hope you watched it here on KPIX5. A great show. Our photographers are doing an incredible job to staying with them.
It's hard to follow them because they're going so fast, and you got the wind that you're contending with. There's a lot of drama, and it just added to the spectacular show. And of course, you can see them all weekend long. There's going to be lots of shows here at Marina Green where we are, and Crissy Field, of course, and along the bay. And it doesn't get much better than that. But my favorite little factoid that I learned from this whole experience of learning about the Blue Angels. Do you know where the Blue Angels got their name?
No, where did they get their name?
It was from a nightclub in New York. In 1946, they named the Blue Angels after their favorite nightclub when they were doing a show in New York.
I remember as a kid thinking it was the coolest thing in the world.
It's a full circle moment for Goosens who grew up in the city, starstruck by the supersonic jets.
We'd be in class, and on Thursday and Friday, just like we're about to do this week, the jets would be whizzing outside the windows. And I remember I'm like, I can't believe this is a job.
This will be his view during the air show, and he says some of his maneuvers will literally take him home.
Some of my lines kind of take me right over the neighborhood that I grew up in and point me towards my high school, and some of the overtop maneuvers when we're going to be upside down overhead the bay and being able to see the city below and the Golden Gate Bridge. It's just, that was the backdrop of this team when I was a kid.
His journey to this point wasn't easy.
Lots and lots of training. Every single pilot that comes to the Blue Angels has about at least 1,250 hours flying tactical jets. They're qualified at landing on aircraft carriers all around the world.
But he has an important message for the Bay Area kids who will be watching the air show with dreams of joining the squad.
Don't lose track of your dreams, right? Whether you want to be a Blue Angel, whether you want to be a teacher or a doctor, whatever it is that you may be interested, pursue that with the best of your abilities and with all of your passion. You're going to fail many, many more times than you'll succeed, and it's those who continue to persevere and pursue that dream are the ones who ultimately end up.
As a native of Fargo, North Dakota, he graduated from Concordia College, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts undergraduate degree in physics, mathematics, and business. Yes, he's very smart, while also competing in basketball and track and field. So yes, he's very athletic. Upon graduation, Brian attended Officer Candidate School in Pensacola, Florida, where he earned his commission.
And this is Lieutenant Commander Chris Kapuchansky. A little bit about him. He joined the Blue Angels in September of 2021. He's accumulated more than 1,450 flight hours, over 303 carrier arrested landings. His decorations include the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal and various other unit and personal awards. He joined the Blue Angels in September of 2021, and he's had more than 1,400 flight hours, and his decorations include the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal.
And our next guy you just heard from Lauren Toms, that is Lieutenant Scott Goosens. He was born in New York, raised right here in San Francisco, graduated from St. Ignatius College Preparatory in 2006. He attended George Washington University in D.C., where he graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Following college, he worked in D.C. in the National Security and Defense Policy in 2013, when he joined the Navy and earned his commission through Officer Candidate School in Newport, Rhode Island. He has 1,600 flight hours, 348 career arrested landings.
I wonder what that means. If you have 1,600 flight hours, how many hours you're spending in the sky every single day? It's for a commendation medal and various personal and unit awards.
Our next pilot, Lieutenant Commander Kerry Rickoff. He was one of those pilots that was flying one of those solo planes that would pass each other. That's Lieutenant Commander Kerry Rickoff, is native of Atlanta, Georgia, graduated from Riverwood High School in 2005, where he lettered in baseball. He attended Duke University in Durham, North Carolina, graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Biological Anthropology and Anatomy in 2009, earned his commission as in the United States Navy. Kerry joined the Blue Angels in September of 2018, 2,100 flight hours.
Pretty cool. All right, Lieutenant Commander Julius Bratton. He is one of the other solo pilots. He's from Woodlawn, Tennessee, graduated from Northwest High School. He joined the Blue Angels in September of 2019. He's accumulated more than 2,000 flight hours and has 207 carrier arrested landings. His decorations include the Strike Flight Air Medal, 3 Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medals, and various other unit and personal awards. Pretty cool. And next year, pretty interesting enough, 2023, the first female Blue Angels pilot is going to be flying over the skies here in the Bay Area. They announced her just last year. Now, they have to put in, obviously, a lot of hours before they get to show off their stuff here in the show. But next year, her name is Lieutenant Amanda Lee. So she is training for next year, so we'll look forward to seeing her there.
Yeah, something to look forward to, and we hope you...